What's going on, guys? So we are at the 2025 Hershey RV show, and in front of me you are looking at a brand that probably doesn't get as much love as it should get. And this is an IBEX brand. It's from Forest River, but they're doing so many things right with this unit, and I'd love to show you all why I like this brand so much. Hang tight, I'll be right back. So let's first take a look at the numbers on this unit. This has a 7,178 pound gross vehicle weight rating. It has twin 3,500 pound axles, very special axles, 759 pounds worth of cargo capacity. So the cargo capacity number on this is relatively low, but this rides on a very, very cool suspension system, which you may have seen in videos of the past, but once you see it, I think you'll understand why. The dry weight is 6,381 pounds. In my opinion, this is not going to be half-ton towable. You'll only want to put this behind a 3/4 ton up truck with the right cargo capacity. Okay, so first let's kind of talk about the look of this. So IBEX has been one of those brands that has kind of combined that off-road rugged nature with a lot of cool features and upgrades that you traditionally don't see, especially in this price point, with an RV that's going to be more, let's just say, more common in terms of interior floor plan. So you get a very popular floor plan choice coupled with some really cool upgrades. Now, I like the fact that they have the windshield up front. That's really nice. The graphics to me are cool. They're kind of an edgier graphic style. What I also really like is the fact that this is an Azdel RV. So the skin is all Azdel, which is really nice, which means it's going to be far more impervious to any type of water or moisture possibly getting into the skin of it. So that's a good thing. You have your Suburban on-demand water heater right here. As we work our way down outside of your furnace, we got scissor stabilizers all the way around. But check this out. So when we look at these super off-road knobby tires, look at the suspension that they're mounted to. So right here is kind of game-changing because you don't see too many RVs, especially in this price point of being, let's just say, in the $45,000, $50,000 or less price point, that's going to give you this type of option. And this shouldn't be understated because coil springs, joust bumpers, dual shocks on each corner, independent suspension is something that absolutely should be appreciated when you see it on RVs. And I've always wanted to know just how effective this type of suspension is on a conventional trailer. Now, I've done off-road trailers that have pretty extreme suspension, but this brand is not specifically built to be what I would call an off-road trailer. It's a very conventional trailer. They just put it on a very, very good suspension system. And what I mean by that is a suspension system that can move and articulate, that gives some good cushioning and damping effects. That will always help hold your RV together. Because if you're not transferring shock into your RV, that means the components in your RV aren't experiencing shock or as much shock. So that is absolutely huge. And when you get this package, which is called the Beast Mode package, you actually get 400 watts of solar on here as well as a 2,000 watt inverter. So there's a lot of really good features that come along with this suspension package that absolutely make it a great value and one you should consider. You have an outside LP quick connect to hook up like a gas grill on this little rack system that they have here. You also have an outside hot and cold sprayer. You have storage back here, which is really nice. Plus you have an 18-inch gas griddle. And then you also have the plate that goes on top. Over here is your freshwater fill. They do not make it easy to get in between these things. You can see it's prepped for a camera on the back, LED lighting, and a 4-inch tubular bumper. Then you have more stabilizers back here as well. And the way they actually put this on is one large framework that gets attached to the main frame. So that's really cool. All right, let's check this thing out. Azdel on board. Going up the MORryde step above steps. All right, so this is a kind of a traditional floor plan. You see a lot of this type of floor plan with the different manufacturers. But again, when you couple this with the Beast Mode suspension, it's really going to be interesting to see how something like this would hold up well over really rough conditions. Got the Furrion 12-volt refrigerator freezer. Got huge countertop surfaces in here, and it's all thermofoil, which, you know, I'm not a big fan of thermofoil, but I think at the price point they're trying to keep this at, coupled with giving you the Beast Mode suspension and the 400 watts of solar, it's a pretty fair trade-off because this stuff will hold up. You just have to be careful with it. You have to be careful not to damage it, and if it's exposed to too much humidity, it could start delaminating around the edge. For the most part, though, it's going to last, you know, at least a couple of years, and there are options to upgrade from this if it starts giving you problems. Got a little area to hold your pots and pans or towels. Another little spot over here. You have your Furrion convection microwave. So this is really cool. They're now giving you a convection microwave that has air fry instead of an oven below. What do you think? I really think people are on board with convection and air frying microwaves now. And if that can do everything that you need it to do, so you don't need the oven, which most people don't use very often unless they're making a pie or cookies. I mean, in these smaller trailers, typically the oven's not big enough to really put a turkey in, so that's kind of what you're stuck using it for anyways. I think that most people are going to be pretty happy with the convection microwave. Cutting board right there, 3-burner gas cooktop. A good number of drawers are all on roller slides as well. And then again, you have that storage down here. Plus you have additional storage here as well. Magnetic holds, which I can appreciate. I like the contrasting tones. It's definitely kind of a mixture between neutral tones and lighter tones. You got your 2 bar stools over here as well. It's a nice seating area. A lot of storage back here. That's like really deep storage. I almost feel like they probably could have made the cabinets come off of this end, made them shallower, and then put like a pantry storage right there for the kitchen. That way you have a little bit of separation between the types of storage you have. Over here you have your theater seating with these cool little end tables that go down over it so you can eat. And then this probably drops down, so you have your cups right there. And then you can flip that out, and then of course these are recliners also. You have a little slide here to get you into the bathroom space. Huge shower. So the shower is actually really deep. So this gives you a good amount of space compared to a lot of RV showers that you see. Porcelain foot flush toilet. On this side, you have a nice sink area as well. Plus you have a little hangover spot over here, so you have additional space. This is thermofoil, plastic sink on the inside. And then good sized medicine cabinet as well. You have a blackout shade in here also. Plus you have a 30 amp solar charge controller. Heated holding tanks also, and your on-demand water heater. In here you have a residential queen size bed. I love how they made this little hutch system going all the way around it. Really, really nice. And this is the back of the RV. A lot of drawers. This is just set up really nice. I like how they've executed on this. Then you have 3 windows in here, so you got a tremendous amount of light coming in here, and I believe you can opt for a second AC in here also. You have a spot to mount your TV over here as well. And then I believe you're going to have storage underneath the bed. You do, plus drawers on the end. That's really nice, and then you have some additional storage over there towards the end. But what do you guys think? This is a pretty cool floor plan. I love that beast mode suspension though. That is really, really cool. And again, what it gets you for the price that it gets it to you for really makes it a good value, because you're just eliminating or reducing the chance that you're going to have as much shock work its way into the RV, which is always going to equal an RV that can hold up a little bit better over rougher conditions or even normal driving conditions. Shoot, think about it. If you reduce the amount of shock coming into the RV by 30%, that's 30% less shock your TV is going to go through, your trim's going to go through, your counters are going to go through, your chairs are going to go through, your lighting, your electrical, all of that. If you reduce it by 40%, well, that's 40% less than your refrigerator and everything else goes through. So it's always a good idea to consider upgrading your suspension, or if you're in the market for a new RV, looking for a brand that's already considered that for you. Anyways, guys, please let me know what you think. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.